my God. I don't believe this. No. Oh God, what do I do?
The pregnancy test slipped from Nia Brooks's trembling fingers and bounced against the marble bathroom floor. No. Her voice cracked. No. 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 She stared at the two pink lines as if looking hard enough would make them disappear. The result didn't change. 2 lines. Positive. Pregnant. A violent thunderclap rattled the penthouse windows. Nia grabbed the edge of the sink. Her breathing became shallow. This couldn't be happening. She had been careful. Careful every single day. She never forgot her pills. Not once. Not a single time. For months, she had followed the same routine. Wake up. Take the pill. Go to work. Restore priceless artifacts at the Royal Heritage Institute. Come home. Repeat. So how? How is she pregnant? Before we continue, tell me in the comments. If someone you loved secretly made a life-changing decision for you, could you ever trust them again? And if you're enjoying stories packed with twists, don't forget to subscribe because this story is only getting started. The bathroom door opened. Nia froze. A familiar voice echoed through the room. You're awake. Her stomach dropped. Seo Min-Ho. The man she loved. The man she suddenly wasn't sure she knew. He stood in the doorway wearing a black dress shirt with the sleeves rolled to his elbows. His eyes immediately moved to the pregnancy test on the floor, then to her face. He didn't look surprised, not even slightly. Instead, he smiled, a small smile, almost relieved. Nia felt ice spread through her veins. Why are you smiling? Min-Ho remained silent. Why are you smiling? She repeated. His answer came quietly. Because now I don't have to keep wondering. Nia blinked. What does that mean? I knew it would happen. Her heart stopped. What? I said I knew. The room suddenly felt smaller. Nia stared at him. You knew? Yes. No. She shook her head. No. What are you talking about? Min-Ho stepped forward. Nia. Don't! His jaw tightened. Nia. Don't come closer. For the first time, uncertainty flickered across his face. The silence stretched between them. Then Nia asked the question that changed everything. Did you do something? Min-Ho didn't answer. That was answer enough. Her stomach twisted violently. Min-Ho? His eyes lowered. A tiny movement, almost invisible. But she saw it, and suddenly she understood. Oh my God. Tears filled her eyes. Oh my God. Nia, listen. You did. Nia. You did. She backed away from him. You did something. I can explain. The words shattered whatever hope remained. Nia laughed. A broken laugh. The kind that came right before crying. You can explain? His silence terrified her more than shouting ever could. She pointed toward the test. Explain that. Min-Ho inhaled slowly. Then he said the words. I replaced them. Everything stopped. The rain, the thunder, the world. For a moment Nia couldn't hear anything except her own heartbeat. What? The pills. His voice remained calm. Too calm. I replaced them. She stared at him, not understanding, refusing to understand. You replaced? Her voice faded. My birth control? Yes. The word landed like a knife. Nia stumbled backward. You replaced my birth control. Listen to me. No. You need to hear why. No. Nia. No. Her scream echoed through the penthouse. Tears streamed down her face. You had no right. I know. You had no right. I know. How could you do that to me? Min-Ho looked away. For the first time since entering the room. For the first time, he looked guilty, but not regretful. And that scared her even more. Because you were leaving. Nia froze. What? You were planning to go back to America. Her face went pale. She had told nobody. Nobody. Except, you read my messages. Min-Ho remained silent. Her stomach dropped again. You read my messages. Yes. The betrayal hit harder than before. I was going to lose you. Nia laughed bitterly. Lose me? His voice rose. You were leaving. Because my contract was ending. You weren't coming back. You don't know that. I do. The confidence in his tone terrified her. You had already decided. Nia wiped tears from her cheeks. You don't get to decide my future. I couldn't let you disappear. You couldn't let me choose. His jaw tightened. The silence between them grew heavier. Finally, he spoke. I love you. Nia stared at him, then shook her head. No. His eyes narrowed. What? That's not love. Nia. Love doesn't trap people. His face hardened. For a brief second. A very brief second. Something dangerous flashed behind his eyes. Then it vanished. I did what I had to do. The words sent chills down her spine. What you had to do? Yes. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. You sound insane. A shadow crossed his face. Maybe he knew she was right. Maybe he didn't care. Then his phone rang. Min-Ho looked at the screen. Something changed instantly. The warmth disappeared. The softness vanished. He became someone else. Cold. Sharp. Dangerous. He answered. Talk. A man's voice crackled through the speaker. Min-Ho listened. His expression darkened. Then darker still. What happened? Silence. What do you mean they found her? Nia's blood ran cold. Found who? Min-Ho turned away. His voice dropped. How many? Another pause. Then, get everyone ready. The call ended. Nia stared at him. What was that? He didn't answer. What was that? Min-Ho looked at her. Really looked at her. And suddenly she saw something she had never seen before. Fear. Not for himself. For her. Nia. What? You need to stay here. No. Listen carefully. No. They know about you. The words froze her in place. What? They know you're carrying my child. Nia's face drained of color. What are you talking about? Min-Ho walked toward the massive windows overlooking the city. Lights glittered below. Rain hammered the glass. And when he finally spoke again, his voice sounded like that of a complete stranger. Because I'm not who you think I am. Nia felt her pulse quicken. Slowly, he turned toward her. The company. What about it? It's only part of the truth. A knot formed in her stomach. What truth? Min-Ho's eyes locked onto hers. Then he said the words that shattered her world for the second time that morning. The business empire is real. He paused. But it's not the empire I actually control. Nia stared at him. And for the first time since they met, she was afraid of the man she loved. Nia's mouth went dry. The fear she felt now was different from the shock of discovering her pregnancy. This fear was colder, sharper, more dangerous. She stared at Min-Ho, searching his face for some sign that this was a joke. There was none. What are you talking about? She whispered. Min-Ho remained silent for several seconds. Then he walked toward a cabinet built into the wall. Nia watched as he pressed his thumb against a hidden scanner. A soft click echoed. Part of the wall slid open. Her eyes widened. Behind it wasn't a liquor collection. It wasn't a safe. It was an armory, rows of weapons, tactical gear, communication devices, stacks of documents. Nia felt her knees weaken. What is this? Min-Ho closed his eyes briefly. The truth. No. She shook her head. No. It's time you knew. Nia laughed nervously. You're some kind of security consultant? The look on his face answered her. Her laughter died instantly. Min-Ho... He looked directly at her. The company is legitimate. But it helps fund other operations? Nia felt her heartbeat pounding in her ears. What operations? His answer came quietly. The Black Phoenix Circle. The name meant nothing to her. At first. Then memories rushed back. News reports, articles, rumors, whispers. A criminal organization nobody could fully prove existed. An empire operating in shadows. Smuggling, political influence, money laundering, disappearing witnesses. Nia stared at him. No. His silence confirmed everything. No. You need to hear all of it. You expect me to believe you're some criminal kingpin? I don't care whether you believe it. The calmness in his voice terrified her. Because it's true. Nia backed away. Her chest felt tight. Every memory she had with him suddenly felt poisoned. The late-night calls, the bodyguards, the unexplained disappearances, the scars, the lies. Oh my God. Min-Ho stepped closer. Nia. Don't touch me. He stopped immediately. The restraint surprised her. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Nia asked the question. The people on the phone. What about them? You said they found her. Min-Ho's expression darkened. They found information. What information? He hesitated, and that hesitation scared her more than anything. At this point, Nia's entire world has collapsed. If you're still watching, hit the like button because things are about to get even more dangerous. And let us know below. Would you stay and fight for answers? Or would you run while you still could? What information? They discovered you're pregnant. The room became silent. How? Someone inside my organization leaked it. Nia laughed bitterly. I found out 30 minutes ago. I know. Then how could they know? Min-Ho's jaw tightened. Because they were watching. A chill ran through her. Watching. The word felt invasive. Violating. Watching who? You. Nia felt sick. What? For months. No. They've monitored your routines. Her stomach turned. No. They know where you work. No. They know where you live. Stop. They know your friends. Stop. Min-Ho fell silent. Nia wrapped her arms around herself. She suddenly felt exposed, vulnerable, small. Everything she thought was normal had become dangerous. Why? Her voice barely came out. Why would anyone care about me? Min-Ho looked away, because he already knew the answer, and she wasn't going to like it. Because of me. The words hit hard. What does that mean? They can't get close to me. His voice became colder. So they target the people I care about. Nia's heart sank. And now? His eyes moved to her stomach. The answer was obvious. The baby. The realization nearly made her cry. Before she could speak, another phone call arrived. Min-Ho answered immediately. What? A voice shouted through the speaker. Even Nia could hear the panic. Min-Ho's expression changed instantly. Where? Silence. Then, how many casualties? Another pause. Nia watched his face become unreadable. I'll handle it. The call ended. What happened? Min-Ho didn't answer. What happened? His eyes found hers. The museum. Nia froze. The Royal Heritage Institute? Yes. What about it? His jaw tightened. There was an explosion. Her entire body went cold. What? The words barely escaped her lips. What? No fatalities. He spoke quickly. But several people were injured. Nia couldn't breathe. Her coworkers, her friends, people she had laughed with yesterday. People who had nothing to do with any of this. Why? The answer came immediately. Because you work there. Tears filled her eyes. No. They were sending a message. No. Nia. No. She shook her head violently. This is your fault. Min-Ho accepted the accusation without argument, because he knew she was right. You brought this into my life. Silence. You brought danger into my life. Silence. You brought death into my life. Still silence. And somehow that made her even angrier. Say something. Min-Ho finally spoke. I'm trying to fix it. Nia laughed bitterly. Fix it? She pointed toward the city below. People got hurt. I know. Because of you. I know. His agreement robbed her of momentum. Because he wasn't denying anything. He wasn't defending himself. He wasn't pretending. He knew. And yet somehow that wasn't enough. Suddenly alarms echoed throughout the penthouse. Nia jumped. Red lights flashed briefly before disappearing. Min-Ho's face became deadly serious. What was that? He was already moving, crossing the room, opening another hidden compartment, removing a handgun. Nia's stomach dropped. What are you doing? His voice turned sharp. Stay behind me. The command wasn't a suggestion. It was an order. And somehow that frightened her more than the weapon. What happened? They're here. The words froze her blood. Who? The people who bombed the museum. Nia's heart nearly stopped. What? They moved faster than expected. He checked the weapon. Then another. Then another. The efficiency of his movements was terrifying. As if he had done this 1,000 times. Maybe he had. A loud explosion echoed somewhere below. The entire building shook. Nia screamed. The lights flickered. What was that? Min-Ho moved toward the windows. Several floors beneath them, smoke was rising. Cars were skidding across the street. People were running. Chaos. Pure chaos. Oh my God! They've breached the perimeter. Nia's legs nearly gave out. Perimeter? My security teams. His answer came without emotion, as though discussing the weather. Another explosion rocked the building. Glass rattled. Nia felt panic taking over. This can't be real. But it was. Very real. Min-Ho grabbed her hand. She immediately tried pulling away. He tightened his grip. Nia, listen to me. Let go. No. Let go. Listen. His voice cut through her panic. If you don't follow instructions, you could die. The words silenced her. Not because she believed him, because she saw the fear in his eyes again. Real fear. Not for himself. For her. A rapid series of gunshots echoed somewhere below. Nia gasped. Gunshots. Actual gunshots. Not television, not movies. Reality. The sound made everything suddenly feel terrifyingly real. Min-Ho grabbed a communication device. Status. Static. Then a voice. They're inside. His face darkened. How many? Unknown. Static interrupted, then screaming, then silence. The connection died. Nia felt sick. People were dying. Right now, inside the same building, and she was trapped in the middle of it. Min-Ho looked toward a hallway leading deeper into the penthouse. Come with me. No. His eyes narrowed. What? I'm not going anywhere. Nia? You lied to me. Not now. You manipulated me. Not now. You got innocent people hurt. Nia, you don't get to order me around anymore. For a brief moment, anger flashed across his face. Then it disappeared. Something unexpected replaced it. Pain. Actual pain. I deserve your hatred. His voice softened. But if you stay here, you'll die. The sincerity stunned her. Then another explosion thundered through the building. Closer this time. Much closer. Dust drifted from the ceiling. Nia looked toward the entrance, then toward Min-Ho, then back again. For the first time, she realized something horrifying. The attackers weren't after money, or documents, or power. They were coming for her. And judging by the determination on Min-Ho's face, they would kill everyone standing between them and their target. A deafening crash echoed from somewhere beyond the penthouse doors. Nia flinched. The sound was followed by shouting, then gunfire. Closer. Much closer. Every instinct told her to run. The problem was she had nowhere to go. Min-Ho grabbed her wrist. Move! For once, Nia didn't argue. They rushed down a long hallway as another explosion rattled the building. The penthouse that had once felt luxurious now felt like a trap, a cage, a battlefield. "Where are we going?" she shouted. "Safe room." "You have a safe room?" "I have several." The answer somehow wasn't surprising anymore. They turned a corner. Min-Ho suddenly stopped. His expression changed. Danger. Immediate danger. Before Nia could ask why, he pushed her behind him. A man appeared at the opposite end of the hallway. Black clothing, assault rifle, face mask. The intruder raised his weapon. Everything happened at once. Gunfire exploded. Min-Ho fired first. The attacker collapsed. Nia screamed. Her legs nearly gave out. She had never seen anyone shot before. Never. Min-Ho immediately grabbed her shoulders. "Look at me." She couldn't. Her eyes remained fixed on the body. "Nia." His voice finally pulled her back. "Look at me." She did. His face was hard, focused, survival mode. "You need to stay with me." That man, I know. You killed him." Silence. The silence itself was an answer. Nia felt sick. Min-Ho didn't waste another second. They kept moving. Every few seconds, another distant gunshot echoed through the building. Every sound made her jump. Every shadow felt threatening. Finally, they reached a steel door hidden behind what looked like a decorative wall panel. Min-Ho entered a code. The door opened. Inside was a secure room filled with monitors. Surveillance feeds covered an entire wall. Nia's breath caught. There were cameras everywhere. Outside the building. Inside the lobby. Parking garages, elevators, hallways. The amount of security was unbelievable. Min-Ho immediately focused on the screens. His face darkened. "What?" he pointed. Nia followed his gaze. Several armed men were moving through the building. Systematically, purposefully. They weren't searching. They knew exactly where they were going. "How?" Min-Ho's jaw tightened. Someone gave them floor plans. A traitor. Even Nia understood that immediately. One of his own people had betrayed him. Then she noticed something else. One attacker pointed toward a photograph. Her photograph. Displayed on a screen. Nia's stomach dropped. "That's me." Min-Ho didn't answer. Because they both knew. This wasn't random. It was personal. The attackers weren't hunting Min-Ho. They were hunting her. A loud buzzing sound interrupted the moment. Min-Ho answered another call. "Speak!" A familiar voice came through. Female. Calm. Urgent. "Sir, we've identified who leaked the information." Min-Ho's eyes hardened. "Who?" "The leak came from Director Park." Min-Ho froze. Nia noticed immediately. This mattered. A lot. "That's impossible." "We confirmed it." Silence. Then the woman added, "He sold information to the Crimson Serpent family 3 months ago." Nia watched something dangerous enter Min-Ho's eyes. Not anger. Something worse. Betrayal. "Find him." "Already done." Another pause. Then, "He's dead." The line disconnected. Nia stared. Even after everything she had learned, those words shocked her. Dead, just like that. No hesitation. No emotion. Min-Ho sat down heavily. For the first time all day, he looked tired. Truly tired. Not physically. Emotionally. As if carrying a weight nobody could see. Nia studied him. The man she loved. The stranger she feared. The monster everyone feared. And somehow all three were the same person. "How long?" Min-Ho looked up. "What?" "How long have you been living like this?" He understood what she meant. The violence, the paranoia, the betrayal, the enemies, the fear. His answer came quietly. "Since I was 19. Nia frowned. 19. "My father was murdered." The confession surprised her. Min-Ho rarely spoke about family. "My uncle took control afterward." His eyes drifted toward the monitors. He taught me one lesson. What lesson? A bitter smile appeared. The first person who betrays you won't be your enemy. Silence. The first person who betrays you will be someone you trust. Nia didn't know what to say. For a moment, neither spoke. Then another monitor caught her attention. A specific camera feed. The image showed a hidden office. Files, documents, computers, photographs. One photo immediately stood out. Nia stepped closer. Her heart stopped. The picture showed a man. A familiar man. A man she hadn't seen in years. Her father. What is that? Min-Ho's expression changed instantly. Nia. What is that? Nia. What is my father doing in your files? The room suddenly felt suffocating. Min-Ho stood. Slowly. Carefully. As if approaching a wounded animal. Nia. Answer me. His silence terrified her. Answer me. The scream echoed through the safe room. Min-Ho closed his eyes briefly, then opened them, and finally told the truth. Your father worked against my mentor. Nia stared, not understanding. What? My mentor controlled several international operations. Her chest tightened. And my father? He was investigating him. The blood drained from her face. No. Nia. No. Listen to me. No. She already knew where this was going. She just didn't want to hear it. My father died in a car accident. Min-Ho looked away. That tiny movement told her everything. Everything. The room spun. No. He was murdered. Nia staggered backward. No. The word came out as a whisper. He got too close. Tears immediately filled her eyes. No. My mentor ordered the hit. The world stopped. Nia couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move. Her father, her kind, gentle, brilliant father, murdered. Not by chance, not by fate, by people connected to the man she loved. The realization shattered something inside her. Get away from me. Nia. Get away from me. Min-Ho stopped moving. Pain crossed his face. Real pain. But she didn't care. Not anymore. You knew. His silence confirmed it. You knew. I found out years later. You knew. I tried to make it right. Nia laughed. A broken laugh filled with disbelief. Make it right? His voice cracked slightly. The first crack she had ever heard. I killed him. Nia froze. What? The mentor. Silence. He admitted everything. Nia stared, not understanding, not processing. Min-Ho continued. I killed him myself. The confession hung in the air, heavy, complicated, impossible. You expect that to help? No. You think that changes anything? No. Tears rolled down his face. Actual tears. The sight shocked her. I know it doesn't. Silence. But I couldn't let him live after I learned the truth. The room became quiet. Neither moved. Neither spoke. The tension felt unbearable. Then suddenly every monitor went black. All of them. At once. The room plunged into silence. Min-Ho immediately stood. Alarm flooded his face. What happened? No answer. The screens remained dark. Then emergency lights activated. Red. Flashing. Danger. 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 A computerized voice echoed throughout the penthouse. Security breach. Nia's heart nearly stopped. The attackers had found them. And judging by Min-Ho's expression, this was exactly what he had feared most. How did they find us? Nia asked. Her voice shook. The red emergency lights painted the room in flashes of crimson. For the first time since this nightmare began, she saw genuine alarm on Min-Ho's face. Not concern. Not caution. Alarm. That terrified her. Because if a man like him was scared, then whatever was coming had to be worse than she imagined. Min-Ho rushed toward a control panel. His fingers moved rapidly across the screen. Nothing responded. He cursed under his breath. Nia had never heard him curse before. What's happening? They've overridden the system. What does that mean? It means someone inside helped them. The answer sent another chill through her body. Another traitor. Another betrayal. How many people around him were secretly waiting for the chance to destroy him? A loud metallic bang echoed through the walls. Then another. Then another. Someone was trying to force open the safe room door. Nia's heart pounded. They found us. Min-Ho drew another weapon from a hidden compartment. His movements were calm. Too calm, like a man preparing for something inevitable. There's another exit. Nia immediately moved toward him. Then let's go. He didn't move. Min-Ho. Still nothing. Min-Ho. Finally, he looked at her. His expression made her stomach drop, because she knew that look. People only wore that expression when they had made a difficult decision. No. What? You'll go. The realization hit instantly. No. You'll leave through the tunnel. What about you? I'll stay. No. Another crash shook the door. The attackers were getting closer. No. Nia. No. I'm buying you time. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm not leaving you. His jaw tightened. You have to. No. You have our child. The words hit her like a punch. For a moment, she forgot everything. The lies. The betrayal. The manipulation. All she could think about was the baby. Their baby. The child growing inside her. Another deafening impact rattled the room. The steel door bent inward. Someone shouted from outside. The attackers were almost through. Min-Ho stepped closer. His voice softened. Nia. She hated how gently he said her name. Hated how much it still affected her. You need to survive. What if I don't want to leave you? Pain flashed through his eyes. The raw honesty of her question clearly caught him off guard. For several seconds he couldn't speak. Then he reached out. Slowly. Carefully. As though afraid she would pull away. His hand rested against her cheek. I know you hate me. Tears rolled down her face. I don't know what I feel. His throat moved. A difficult swallow. I know. Silence. But I need you to live long enough to figure it out. Another impact. The door groaned. Metal twisted. The attackers were seconds away. Min-Ho pressed a hidden switch. Part of the floor slid open. A narrow staircase appeared. Nia stared. A secret escape route. Of course there was a secret escape route. Nothing about this man's life was normal. You go down. No. Nia. No. His voice became firm. The dangerous version of Min-Ho returning. You are leaving. No. You are carrying my child. She stared at him, and suddenly something exploded inside her. Months of confusion, hours of betrayal, a lifetime of grief. Everything came rushing out. You don't get to use the baby anymore. The words hit hard. She saw it immediately. Pain, guilt, regret. You don't get to decide everything. Nia. You don't get to control everyone. Another tear rolled down her cheek. You don't get to play God. For several seconds, he said nothing. Then finally, you're right. The answer stunned her. No argument, no excuse, no defense, just acceptance. I was wrong. The words sounded strange coming from him, almost unfamiliar, as though he'd spent years avoiding them. I know saying that changes nothing. His voice cracked slightly. But I was wrong. The confession landed heavily between them. Before Nia could respond, the safe room door finally burst inward. Gunfire erupted. Min-Ho immediately shoved her toward the hidden staircase. Go! Everything happened at once. Bullets slammed into walls. Glass shattered. Shouting filled the room. Nia stumbled down the stairs. The last thing she saw before the door closed above her was Min-Ho turning toward the attackers, completely alone, facing impossible odds. The hidden passage was dark, cold, silent. Nia's breathing echoed off the walls. She kept moving, one hand against the wall, one hand over her stomach. Tears streamed down her face. She hated him, didn't she? She should. He had lied, manipulated her, taken away her choices. And yet, the image of him standing alone refused to leave her mind. The tunnel eventually opened into an underground garage. Luxury vehicles lined the space. Several armed men immediately rushed toward her. Nia froze. Then one of them lowered his weapon. "Miss Brooks?" She nodded cautiously. "We need to move." "Where's Min-Ho?" The man hesitated. That hesitation terrified her. "Where is he?" "He's creating a diversion." Translation: he was sacrificing himself. "No." The man opened a vehicle door. "Please get inside." "No." "Miss Brooks." "No." Suddenly another voice interrupted. A familiar female voice. The same woman from the earlier phone call. "Nia." Nia turned. A woman in her 30s approached. Sharp suit, focused eyes, professional. "My name is Yuna." Nia recognized the voice immediately. The caller, the trusted aide. "Where's Min-Ho?" Yuna's expression darkened. "Fighting." The simple answer felt devastating. Nia climbed into the vehicle, not because she wanted to, because she knew she had no choice. The convoy sped from the underground exit moments later. As they raced through the city, Nia looked back repeatedly. Searching, hoping, praying. Then her phone vibrated. A text message. Unknown number. Nia opened it. Her blood ran cold. A photograph appeared on the screen. A recent photograph. Taken from far away. It showed her entering the museum. Another showed her leaving a cafe. Another showed her shopping. Someone had been watching her for months. At the bottom was a message. "Tell us where Min-Ho is, or the next target won't survive." Nia's hands shook. A second message arrived. Then a third. Photographs, names, addresses. People she cared about. Co-workers, friends, everyone connected to her. "They're threatening people." Yuna immediately took the phone. Her face hardened. "Damn it! What do they want?" "You." Nia closed her eyes. Of course. Always her. Everything kept coming back to her. Another message appeared. This one was different. Only 5 words. "Look behind you." Nia's heart stopped. Slowly she turned. Headlights. Several black SUVs closing fast. Very fast. One of the security drivers shouted. "They found us!" Gunfire erupted. The rear window exploded. Nia screamed. Glass flew everywhere. The convoy swerved violently. One security vehicle behind them suddenly flipped, rolling across the highway. Sparks exploded into the night. The attackers weren't letting them escape, and judging by the speed at which they were gaining ground, this chase was about to become a massacre. The overturned vehicle exploded behind them. A ball of fire lit up the highway. Nia screamed as the shockwave rattled their SUV. For a split second, she saw security officers crawling from the wreckage. Then another pursuing vehicle deliberately rammed into the burning car. The impact sent everything into chaos. The message was clear. The attackers weren't interested in prisoners. They wanted bodies. "Faster!" Yuna shouted. The driver pressed harder. The engine roared. The city lights blurred outside the windows. Gunfire continued. Bullets slammed into metal. Glass shattered somewhere behind them. Nia gripped the seat so tightly her knuckles turned white. Her entire body shook. This couldn't be real. Just yesterday she had been restoring centuries-old artifacts, worrying about deadlines, drinking coffee with co-workers. Now people were dying around her. Because of a child she hadn't even planned to have. Because of a man she didn't know whether to love or hate. Another impact slammed into the SUV. Nia cried out. The vehicle swerved dangerously. One of the security officers fired through a broken window. The pursuing SUV drifted briefly before correcting itself. Still coming. Still hunting. They won't stop, Nia whispered. Yuna looked at her. No. The honesty terrified her. Then Yuna's phone rang. She answered instantly. Talk. Silence. Then Yuna's eyes widened. What? The entire vehicle became quiet. What happened? More silence. Then Yuna slowly lowered the phone. Nia's stomach dropped. What happened? Yuna didn't answer. What happened? Finally, the woman spoke. There was an explosion. The words hit like ice water. Nia already knew. Before Yuna continued, before anyone spoke, she knew. Min-Ho's building. No one said anything. No one needed to. The silence told the story. Nia felt her heart breaking. No. Yuna looked away. No. Another silence. Then, the entire upper floor collapsed. Nia's vision blurred. No. Miss Brooks? No. Tears flooded her eyes. No. She hated herself for caring, hated herself for feeling this pain. After everything he had done, after every lie, every betrayal, every manipulation. Why did it still hurt? Why? The answer came immediately. Because she loved him. She wished she didn't. But she did. A tear rolled down her cheek. Then another. Then another. The SUV suddenly jerked sideways. The driver cursed. A truck had appeared ahead, blocking the highway. The attackers had anticipated their route. The convoy was trapped. Brace! The driver yanked the wheel. The SUV left the road. Everything became violent. Metal. Dirt. Screaming. Impact. Nia's head slammed against the seat. The vehicle rolled once, twice, then stopped. Silence. Pain exploded through her body. For several seconds she couldn't think, couldn't breathe, couldn't understand what had happened. Then voices returned, shouting, gunfire, chaos. Nia! Someone grabbed her. Yuna. Blood ran down the woman's forehead. We need to move. The doors were forced open. Cold air rushed inside. The world outside looked like a war zone. Vehicles burned. Security officers exchanged gunfire with attackers. People screamed. Nia stumbled forward, barely able to stand. Her ears rang. Everything felt unreal. Then she heard a familiar voice. A voice she never expected to hear again. Get her out of here! Nia froze. No, impossible. Her head snapped toward the sound. A black SUV drifted across the road. Its door opened. A man stepped out. Blood covered his shirt. His face was bruised. His hands held a weapon. But he was alive. Min-Ho, alive. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And tell us in the comments, did Min-Ho deserve a second chance? Or was what he did unforgivable? We read every comment, and your answer might inspire our next story. Nia's knees nearly gave out. For a moment she couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't speak. He was alive, against all logic, against all reason, alive. Min-Ho's eyes immediately found hers. Relief flooded his face. Raw, powerful, unfiltered. As though seeing her alive mattered more than the dozens of bullets flying around them. Nia! The sound of her name carried across the chaos. Then something unexpected happened. An attacker emerged from behind a vehicle, weapon raised, aimed directly at Min-Ho. Nia saw it before he did. Min-Ho! The warning came too late. The gun fired. Time slowed. The bullet struck. Min-Ho staggered. Nia screamed. Everything inside her shattered. No! He fell to one knee. Blood spread across his side. The attackers immediately advanced, seeing weakness, seeing opportunity. Yuna cursed. Security officers rushed forward. The firefight intensified. Nia started running. Nia! Yuna shouted. But she didn't stop. For the first time since meeting Min-Ho, she wasn't running away from him. She was running toward him. The realization shocked her, yet it felt undeniable. Real. She reached him seconds later. Blood stained his shirt. Far too much blood. "You're hurt." A weak smile appeared. "I've been worse." She almost laughed, almost cried, almost screamed. "You idiot!" The smile widened slightly. There she is. The familiar teasing tone broke something inside her. Tears flooded her eyes. "You idiot!" Min-Ho slowly reached for her hand. For the first time all day, she didn't pull away. Their fingers intertwined. The moment felt strangely peaceful despite the violence surrounding them. Then another convoy appeared. Black vehicles, dozens of them. Yuna looked up. Relief crossed her face. Our people. The balance of power shifted instantly. The attackers realized it too. Some began retreating. Others fled entirely. Within minutes, the battle was over. The surviving enemies disappeared into the night. Silence slowly replaced gunfire. Nia remained beside Min-Ho. Neither spoke for several moments. Finally, he broke the silence. "You should hate me." The words caught her off guard. "What?" "You should." His eyes lowered. "I gave you every reason." Nia looked at him carefully. For the first time, she saw no power, no control, no manipulation. Just a man. A flawed man. A broken man. A man terrified of losing the people he loved. "I do hate some things you did." The honesty surprised him. She saw it immediately. But that's not the whole story. Min-Ho swallowed. Pain flickered across his face. Not physical pain. Something deeper. What does that mean? Nia looked down at their joined hands, then back at him. "It means life would be easier if I hated you." Silence. "It means I don't know what comes next." More silence. "It means you're going to spend a very long time earning back my trust." For the first time that night, a genuine smile appeared. Not arrogant, not confident, just grateful. "I can do that." Nia raised an eyebrow. "Don't sound too confident." A weak laugh escaped him. Then his expression became serious. "I'll spend the rest of my life proving it." The sincerity in his voice stunned her. Before she could answer, sirens echoed in the distance. Police, media, authorities. The old life was ending. Fast. Weeks later, evidence hidden by prosecutor Han was exposed. His corruption became public. Political allies abandoned him. Criminal partners turned against him. The empire he built collapsed around him. The Black Phoenix Circle fractured shortly afterward. Without its leader, old rivalries consumed what remained. Min-Ho made no attempt to reclaim it. For the first time in his adult life, he chose something else. Freedom. 1 year later, sunlight danced across a quiet Mediterranean shoreline. A little boy laughed as he chased waves. Nia smiled from beneath a beach umbrella. Not because life was perfect. It wasn't. Healing took time. Trust took time. Forgiveness took time. But they were trying. And for now, that was enough. Min-Ho approached carrying their son. The tattoos that once symbolized fear and power were gone. The criminal empire was gone. The endless violence was gone. For the first time, he looked peaceful. Their son reached toward Nia. She laughed and pulled him into her arms. Min-Ho sat beside them. No bodyguards. No enemies. No lies. Just family. The kind of future neither of them had believed possible. Nia looked toward the ocean. Then toward the man beside her. The monster the world feared. The man who nearly destroyed everything. The man who eventually gave up everything. For her. For their child. For a second chance. And maybe that was the lesson hidden beneath all the pain. Not that people are perfect, but that some people are willing to change when love finally gives them a reason. If this story kept you hooked until the very end, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments. If you were Nia, would you have forgiven Min-Ho after everything he did? Or would some betrayals be impossible to forget? Until the next story, thank you for watching.